teams responded in a big way from last week. And then offensively, really, it was a little bit of a slower start other than when we hit Cooks on the big play. Had some good drives towards the end of the first half, but to only come away with 3 points on those 2 drives, we've got to be better there. But I love the way that our group responded in the second half, made a lot of big plays, and ultimately it's about getting the win as a team, and we did that. Injury-wise, Austin Blythe has an ankle. We'll have more information on him tomorrow, and then Tyler Higbee has a chest contusion, and he's being further evaluated as well. It just tightened up a little bit. He returned, and he's feeling okay.
What happened with Drew Brees on that play? Did Aaron hand hit him?
I'm not sure. I think he just got his thumb. I hope that he'll be okay. I'm not exactly sure, but it looked like he just had a thumb on his right thumb, and as a quarterback, that's pretty debilitating.
When he's out of the game, when he's no longer, do you guys kind of smell blood a little bit?
You know what? I thought our defense really was outstanding from the jump. They did a great job all day, Gary, and then I thought they really applied pressure to Bridgewater consistently throughout the day. I think you look at the opportunities to try to close games out regardless, but anytime you lose a first ballot Hall of Fame quarterback, a guy that's all-time leading passer, there's definitely some things that you feel like, all right, we've got to make sure we take advantage of this. But I thought really just all day our defense did an outstanding job.
That first half with Jared and his receivers, it just looked like they were a step out of touch. What did they adjust maybe to fix that?
I think it's really just getting in the flow of the game. Coach Allen and the Saints defense did a nice job mixing some things up. And it was really, as much as anything, me, the coaches, us settling in to give clarity to the players. And I thought the players did that. I thought really the big play that he did make to Brandon just to get points on the board initially when we didn't start out great was big. It was a great catch by Brandon. And then you could really see as the game progressed, Jared got more comfortable, made big-time plays. How impressive it was for him to sit in the pocket when we were in the empty and hit Cooper on the in-breaking route there for the big play. He ends up making a great touchdown pass to Brandon Cooks in the tight red area. So he did a lot of really good things, and I thought, he continually demonstrated that mental toughness, being unfazed by some things that didn't always go our way as well. Very. He looked awesome. It was incredible. I was as impressed with Cooper as you were watching the guys without the ball, how hard they're working for their teammate to try to get a block and spring it. But the strength, he sure looks good, doesn't he? He looks healthy to me. So, man, it's really good to be able to have him back. He made some timely catches over the middle, too, versus some of their zone and coverage structures. And, Jared had things collapsing around him. And it's good to have him back. He's been outstanding.
He had a play earlier when he juked somebody as
He did.
well. When he's moving like that and he's faking people out that way, is that the indication that, hey, we got our guy back?
Yeah, I think so. I think really even last week he made a bunch of plays. He just didn't have as many opportunities with some things down the field where you get a chance to really have a little bit more space. So he's looked great. It's impressive just watching the way he attacked his rehab. He's healthy, and I think just getting back on the grass, competing with his teammates, it's nice to be able to have him back with us.
When you're in the red zone, I think 3 times in the first half, and just get away with 6 points, are you concerned at halftime or not really?
No, that was something that we had to do a better job of. We had the one screen. I'll be interested to look at that. That was a touchdown to Robert Woods that ended up getting called back. That ended up being, that really ended up hurting us. And then obviously the turnover. But we'll look at those. I think there were some things that I could have done a much better job of to put our players in better spots. And then you got to give the Saints credit. They did a nice job tightening up there as well.
Sean, you had to dip into your depth offensive line. What do you think of what Gabby did? And they're pretty important.
He did a nice job. Once he, to be able to lose a player of Austin Blythe's caliber, that's a big loss for us. But he seamlessly stepped in, until I really go back and look at the tape. But it seemed like he did a nice job just kind of fitting in. I think Brian Allen continues to do a really good job of just making great calls, the communication, so that everybody's confident with what we want to try to get done up front. Jared displayed that poise, and really it was great job by Jamil stepping in. And I'm excited to really look closely at it to see how he did snap in and snap out.
Into the second half. Seemed like the offense found some rhythm.
Yeah.
Toward the end of the first half, you didn't come up with a lot of points.
Yep.
It sort of carried over into the second half. What was going on there?
I think really guys just settled in. A lot of that is a result of probably some poor play calls I had early on, and then you kind of settle in. You see, okay, what type of defensive structures are they activating that's maybe a little bit different than what we had seen? And we were able to move the ball, like you mentioned, in those last 2 drives of the first half, but to only come away with 3 points was something that, hey, we said we got to do a better job of. And then I thought the second half, represented a good job by guys closing out drives and coming away with touchdowns.
When you're preparing to face maybe the game among the game's all-time great quarterbacks, and then he's out of the game, how do you adjust?
I think you just feel the flow of the game. I mean, it was a competitive back and forth. I mean, it got to 6-6, later on in that game. And, I think just to be able to say, hey, let's just play each play as its own entity. Let's get a feel for it. Let's execute better offensively, defensively, continue to play at a high level, because it is a big loss for, when Drew goes out. But they were playing pretty well when he was in there earlier as well. And that's a great offense. The way that they operate, so much respect for them. And I thought really it was a credit to our defense doing a great job, and I hope Drew's okay.
Is it nice that you're past this week now and you don't have to hear about 9 calls anymore for a while?
You know what? It really wasn't an issue for us. This was something that our guys were singularly focused on, trying to get to 2-0. We knew we had a great football team coming in here, but what happened last year is really we've kind of moved past that. It's a new season. There's new challenges, and we'll enjoy this one, and then got to get ready to see if we can find a way to get to 3-0.
New way that many teams play the preseason like you do, rarely using many of the starters. Is the opening week a bit of getting rid of the rust, and you see a much more improved team in week 2?
It's hard to say. I think, with the way that you play in the first in the preseason as it is, you're usually just kind of getting some continuity, because you're not really running a lot of the things that you would normally run. If you play the guys with what's the normal standard operating procedure, usually you accumulate about a full game snap. So I think it's the goal for us is let's just get better every week. Let's continue to progress as the season goes. And I think today represented a step in the right direction. We'll see if against a tough team in Cleveland on Sunday night we can do that next week. It was hard for me to see. I knew it was going to be a tight, contested play, and really, I didn't get a clean look at it. But our coaches in the box, it sounded like they thought that that's the direction that it could go.
Sean, is this the new normal for Todd? The usage, the sort of the timeshare with Malcolm?
It's hard to say right now. Just through 2 games, I think they both have done a nice job. As the season continues to progress, I think we'll really find out. And like we've said, each game kind of represents a different approach. But I thought both those guys did a nice job making some timely runs in times that we had to have it.
Did you get a chance to talk to the ref about the block in the back, and was there any kind of...
I really didn't, because it kind of happened so quick, and then you've got to really be able to move on and see if you can find a way to, just respond from it. But I'm going to be interested to look at that and see, what it was, because that was going to be a big play for us that, has a chance to potentially shift the momentum sooner than what it did. But, hey, we can't do anything about it except for take it to the next snap.
Last one, guys.
How important was it for you to get Todd into the end zone to score a touchdown here early in the season?
Well, I think it was important really for our team. And you always want to be able to see your guys, produce and be able to, be rewarded accordingly. And he's a special player. He's been outstanding for us. And I think he's going to continue to, be more and more important and as important really as he's always been for us, Gary. All right. Thanks, guys.
Sorry to keep you waiting. How you doing?
About the chemistry you have with AD early on and that touchdown throw?
Yeah, it was a good start. I just was trying to find the open guy, and he, was snapping off some routes and did a great job. So it was good to find him. Everyone contributed. Defense played great, as they've been doing. So it was a good win. Anytime you win on the road in division, it's good, especially here, because it's been a challenge for us over the years. But, good to be 2-0.
Tom, on that touchdown throw, it looked like you alerted before the throw. Was that
Yeah.
a sign that you and Brown are already kind of on the same page with audibles and things like that?
We have a long way to go. We really do. I feel like we haven't been working together for very long. Myself, even Jules this year, Josh this year, Philip's been out there a lot, but just everyone together. And Matt Lacoste was out most of training camp, so just trying to get everyone in a rhythm and get the run game going. We had some injuries at the offensive line, so guys fought through it. So it was a good tough win, as they always are. It's this was a hot day, as hot as I can remember. So.
Were you anxious, and was it important to get him integrated early, going to the first 3 targets?
I didn't think about it. I was just trying to throw to the open guy, and he was there, and got him on the over route. They blitzed up the middle. Then I got him on the out cut when they played post safety, and then was just trying to. That's what I'm trying to do all year. Just throw it to the guy that's open.
Tom, did you have any personal conflicted feelings about whether Fenner should play today?
I don't make any of those decisions, so I just show up and play and do my job.
Tom, I know you love to play, you love to be out there, but at 37 zip with 6 minutes left, are you surprised you're still on the field out there?
No. Last year it came down to, 60 minutes of football, and we were talking about 60 minutes of football, and that's what it took.
Tom,
So.
Josh Gordon has, from the time he joined the team to today, it seems like he's made just a pretty miraculous, just a substantial change in
Yeah.
effort and what he can do. field, a lot of that.
Yeah.
Can you speak to that?
He's doing a great job, and we got him late last year, into the season, week 2, and there's a lot to pick up, It's a hard offense to learn. You try to integrate a guy, and, whether it was Philip the year before or Josh or this year Antonio, it's a lot for those guys to learn, and, the more we're together, like any team, the more comfortable we get.
What about a comfort level as a teammate and as somebody that you're interacting with?
Yeah, I always love being with him and around him, and, he's a great teammate.
Hey, Tom, as good as your offense was,
Yeah.
what your defense and how those guys stepped up as well.
Yeah, they were spectacular as always. They've been playing great. They've been playing great all preseason, and 2 interception return for touchdown. That was pretty insane. And then the last play to end it was a great play. So, it takes some pressure off the offense. We got to go make good plays and not turn it over. And they're doing an incredible job. So last one.
After the rushing touchdown, looked like that ball made its way over to the sideline. Who's the beneficiary of
I think that'll go back in the ball bag. There was nothing too exceptional about that one except a little 1-yard plunge. But it was good. It was good to just get it in. So thank you guys.
Thanks so much work you put in with Antonio this past week.
Last question.
Yeah, it was a lot of whether it's him or anyone else, it's really, we always put in a lot of work as a group, individuals, walkthroughs, practice, film, corrections, field between periods and so forth. So we're just trying to do the best we can do, get up to speed, and ultimately come out here and play well. So thank you guys.
Thank you, Tom.